Well, greetings. It's the weekend, and this is your update. And it's baseball season. This is one of my happiest times of year. Big Red Sox fan. I'm realistic about the hopes for this season, but you know what? Anything can happen. It did in 2013, and it can happen again. You never know. So I got a couple of longer clips this week because I thought they were really cool. So I'll try and keep everything else brief. This week on The View from the Road, I titled it "My Team's on the Floor," and that's a reference to the movie Hoosiers. And that was because of a conversation I had with a band director who went to festival, and a full third of his band was unable to make it for a variety of reasons. And I wanted to make sure that he was proud of the kids who were there for putting in the effort and being the ones he can count on. And here's my explanation of that clip and how it relates. And I related to him. It was a movie he hadn't seen, and I know it's getting a little long in the tooth now, but it was a movie called Hoosiers, starring Gene Hackman. And he's a basketball coach in Indiana, and I know at that time, and maybe still now, the state of Indiana doesn't care how big your school is. It's one big tournament for which is the best basketball team in the state. And Gene Hackman's character, it's at a game earlier on when he's still trying to get buy-in from the kids and getting them to believe in his system. And he's only got 6 kids on the team. And one of them just won't do what he wants to do. He's shooting when he should be passing. He's not sharing the ball. He's just not listening to instructions. So he benches him. And as the game progresses, another kid ends up fouling out of the game, and this kid tries to get back into the game. He starts suiting up, and Gene Hackman says, "Well, what are you doing? Where are you going?" He says, "Well, I'm going into the game." He says, "Sit down." He refused to let him into the game, and when the referees came to him and said, "Coach, we need one more. We've only got 4," he says, "My team's on the floor." And at the end of that, and the team got slaughtered, of course, he was talking to his team in the locker room afterwards and said, I was really proud of those of you that were on the floor at the end there. And that's the kind of buy-in that we're looking for, and that's the kind of effort that we're looking for. And then also on the boomer side of things, when I was at the National Association of School Music Dealers, NASMD conference last week, I got to hear Danielle Collins speak. She's a teacher at Huntington Beach High School in Huntington Beach, California, and she does a music program that's a little bit different than what we would call traditional. She does pop music, she does mariachi, cultural music, and she's reaching those kids that wouldn't come into to traditional programs and is having great success in it. I mean, it's by audition only at this point because she just doesn't have enough space for everyone that's interested, and is only able to take in about a quarter of the kids that want to participate. So it's growing, it's coming. I would encourage directors to consider this as an option to reach those other kids that you're not reaching now. Because I mean, she does seminars and talks and things like that, and talks about how you could reach the other 80% of the kids in the school if you are a little more creative with the offerings that you have. Great resources on her page. Follow the QR code right over there. And there's money out there for it. There's interest in it. There's support. This kind of stuff is really exciting to me. So check it out. If you even remotely have an interest in it, you won't be disappointed. Then over on the Drums West side of things, we did a short this week on the Paradiddlediddle. And rather than me talk about it, I'll just play the short and you can see it. But if you want to check it on the YouTube channel, QR code's right there.
Paradiddle. Right, left, right, right, left, left. On the hi-hat and the snare drum. Right hand comes down to the backbeat. Add the bass drum. Use it as a drum fill. Replace the last left hand with a foot. Paradiddle. A lot of fun.
Then over on the Podcasting Store Medium page this week, I titled this one "Finding the True Power of Music in the Place Where the Most Important Concert Ever Happened." The title isn't that, but it's something like that. But what it was, I was visiting Tallinn, Estonia, and it's not a place you think of when you think of the most important concert that ever happened. But what it was the what really kicked off what was called the Singing Revolution, which was a bunch of events that happened over a 4-year period around when the Berlin Wall came down and the Soviet Union dissolved, and Estonia declared its independence by singing their cultural songs. The Talon Song Festival grounds hold 150,000 people. The Song Bowl, the stage, holds 15,000 people. They had over 300,000 people there. That's a quarter of the population of Estonia that all joined together and declared their independence from the Soviets. So I've spoiled all the tension and the mystery in it, but it was a really important concert, really important event. Read the essay, get familiar with it. It was just an amazing thing that happened. So that is your weekend update. As always, thank you so much for watching. Comment below. Let me know what else you'd like to see from us. Like, share, subscribe. We'll catch up with you next time. If you enjoyed the weekend update, do me a favor and follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channels, or visit our websites. This is Drew with Boomer Music Company and thepodcastingstore.com. Thanks for listening.